Hello, 7th graders. For tomorrow, we're going to be learning how to do the solving inequalities that involve multiplying and dividing. The steps do not change from how we did it before with the equations, but it's a special case when you multiply or divide each side of an inequality by the same negative number, the inequality symbol changes. So I'll show you an example. If I have y divided by -8 greater than or equal to 2, you can see here that to get rid of this -8, I have to multiply by a negative. Okay, that's the special case. I have to flip this to less than or equal instead. And 2 times -8 is -16. See, here's the deal with this. If I didn't flip it, and I just left it like this, and it ended up being y is greater than or equal to -16. Okay, well then when I go to plug a number in to see if it works, it's not going to work. Like, I'm going to have the opposite of the answers that I should have. What do I mean by that? So if I plug in a number that's greater than or equal to -16, so let's just say, well, we want something to work that's going to work with 8. So let's plug a -8 in, because that would be bigger, right? So -8 divided by 8, is that greater than or equal to 2? 8 -8 divided by -8 is 1. 1 is greater than or equal to 2? No, it didn't work. Okay, but if I plug a number in that's less than or equal, and again, I want to use one that's going to work with 8, so I'm going to plug -24 in. That'd be less than -16, right? That divided by -8 would give you a +3. Is +3 greater than or equal to 2 from my original problem? Yes, it is. Okay, so if I don't flip this, I will get the opposite of the answers that I should have. Let's try one more. And it's also important that you realize one other thing. So if I have 3x is greater than 9, let's say -9. So I'm dividing by 3. Am I dividing by a negative? No. I'm dividing by a positive. So on that one, I do not flip it. That one is x is greater than -3. So then when I go to graph it, I'm going to graph it the same way that I have been this whole time. Circle -3. It's not or equal, so I don't shade it in. It's greater, so I shade it towards the greater than numbers. Okay, let me show you the difference here. If I had had the negative on this side, now I'm dividing by a negative, right? So now I have to flip it to less than, and my answer is -3. So now when I go to graph it, it's going to be the opposite. I still have -3 there. Don't shade it, but this time it's this way. Look at the difference. Okay, the negative was on this side on this one, and the negative is on this side on this one. It's when you multiply or divide by a negative that you have to flip the symbol. So bring that information with you for tomorrow, and we'll go over it in more detail. Have a good night.